listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
GUFON Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
GUFON Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to GUFON tonight. I'm your host, Rish. It is Thursday, right? Thursday? May 8th, 2025. Congratulations. You are now on the second side of a work week. The good side. They're all good. Well, another night. Another lie. Another guy. Another whistleblower. Another story. Morning glory. Help us. Help us. UFOlogy needs help. Exactly. We need your help. Can you please stop with the Lou, stop with the Corb, stop with the Grr, stop with the David Will Cock? Yeah, is it? Stop with them. We can't stop them. Can't. I know. Broken record, same thing every day. Tell us something new. Wish I could. But I can tell you that they're struggling right now with what Lou did by telling everybody he had this unvetted UFO And he shows it to the world like, like, hey, don't blame me for this. But look at it. So my thing is, why didn't Lou Eleganzo figure it out? Well, my friends, and this is the sad, hard, lonely way of thinking in this field. I had somebody message me because I made a short about what's happened in the last 7 to 8 years that we're still in the same boat. So this person says, you sound like you're whining. Why don't you do something about it then? What? So obviously these people don't understand what or where I came from and what others like me have done. So I replied, oh, I guess you didn't hear about, the documentaries, the TV shows, the 25,000 hours of sky watching, the 200 plus tapes, 200 plus notebooks with everything written down of what I saw, witnessed, analyzed, and came to a conclusion with. What? I'm sorry, and you did? So I said, after recording for about 6 years straight, I moved and things changed, and I find myself now in the role of teaching people how to skywatch or how to look for stuff, how to figure out what story's a good one. They're all bad. Truthful. So there's a progression. There's different lanes we all go down. Not everybody's gonna, start out and just start recording like I did. No, some people do research because they saw something that interested them. I was sideswiped by a sighting that my wife and I both saw. So I was kind of sucked in really hard. And it's weird the way life works. I had horrible eyesight up until that point in 2004. For 10 years, I could not read that giant E on the eye chart. It was bad. So my wife, on my birthday, got me LASIK, laser surgery, however you want to call it. She had a huge discount, so we did it for like $700. And believe it or not, my eyes went to 2015. That's very common, he said. And then after a couple of months, you'll go back to 2020. I didn't. I stayed at 2015 because I have to go back every 3 to 6 months. They have to check the eyes. It's part of the insurance process, so you get covered in case something happens, right? So I went back, and he's like, 2015 again? That's crazy. I've never seen this before. I'm like, yeah, right. Really. It's almost as if the universe gave me this gift, albeit a surgery, but a gift it was, to see things that I normally wouldn't have seen, or other people. I had people standing right next to me that couldn't see the same thing I was seeing. I would tell them, look in the monitor, you'll see it. Get out of here. How? How are you seeing this? And they I couldn't figure it out, but I said, hey, that LASIK surgery, still 2015, 4 years. I saw him for 18 months. It was still 2015. I estimate 4 years my eyesight stayed that way. For about 4 years. I can still see perfectly. I can read all, the bottom row. Not the bottom, but, the one at the maximum where they give you the reading. It's impressive. And at that time, that's when I got married. I got a good job where I can make my own schedule. So some of us are like given this gift to get into a certain field, whether it be this or astronomy, or you want to become an astronaut, like Katy Perry. Hey, ladies, it's available. All you need is $100,000. So some of us get into this field for the right reasons. And I feel like I was brought into this field not knowing anyone or anything. And I came in fresh with the state of mind that I think was missing in this field. I saw it immediately when it came to me. People weren't even vetting me. They were like, is that your sighting? Yeah, where'd you see it? Phoenix, Arizona. Great. You want to come on our show and talk about it? Sure. And that's how it started. But ufology doesn't do that to everybody. Why did Jeremy Corbell get into it? There's money involved. Why did Lou Elizondo get into it? He was forced into it, right? So there's different avenues. Everybody's got a different reason why they're here. Why are you here? Who's here tonight? And we'll talk about that. Do a little roll call. Because can we make ufology trustworthy? I say we can't. I really mean it. That sucks. But it's not all bad. And we'll talk about that. Anjali, giddy up. Welcome to the show. Hey, I just saw you I saw your name. Red Panda Koala has what's called the 2027 Alien Invasion Apocalypse with statements from Elizondo, Greer, Bledsoe, Leslie Kane, Corbel. Hey, where are you? You were here. I just saw it. That's why I pulled it up. Hey, you're not on the list anymore. Or is it a different one I remember? That is so weird, Anjali. You were on there, but you weren't in the video, so they must have taken your name out. They must have edited it, Red Panda. Nah, there's a video he made, and I saw your name in it. So anyway, the angel of GUFON just jumped on me. Where'd you go? Where'd she go? Juge Anje. Welcome, the angel of GUFON. Zach Diecast Montu. How you doing? I'll be able to chat for once. I've been working long evenings and only able to listen. Hope y'all are well. Hey, thanks a lot, man. Good to see you. Glad you can, listen in at least. That's cool. Don't work too hard. Hello, Captain Crame. Captain Crame. Hope I said that right. Welcome. Good to meet you. David Wilcox, not Wilcox. What's up, man? How you doing? Marcel Gufonian Metal Head. What's up? Good to see. Good to see. Gyro, the GYRO. Welcome. Hey, man. Contrary. 111. Ow. Hey, Thor. Good to see you, too. Tony 2 times. How you doing? Tony's gonna go get the papers. Get the papers. Nah. I was talking to Dark Hour Paranormal. I'll send him clips like from Goodfellas. Yeah, you think I'm funny? How am I funny? Like a clown? And he's like, yeah, I remember that scene. And all of a sudden I start getting all of these. You know how it is. As soon as you watch a video, they'll send you a clip. So I'm getting all these clips all day long from Goodfellas. I'm like, I know. I get it. You're not funny. You're a clown. He wears boots. What do I got a nose? None of that was said. I just made that up. All right. If I didn't say your name, doesn't mean I don't love you, Dan Peters. Welcome to the show. It means we do have a lot of show to do. And we do. So let's go. All right. Ufology is a fickle pickle, my friends. What? I don't know. But it's bad. And it's good. You want to know why I love ufology? Here's how you know what the truth is. And this is the truth. Anytime they say something, Reverse it. It's the opposite. There you go. That's how you play this game. Turn it. There are no aliens, no UFOs at Area 51. Translation: there's plenty of aliens and UFOs at one time they were at it. We don't know if they're still there, but they could be. So this 2027 alien apocalypse has the names I mentioned. Let's take a look, a listen, and see what Red Panda Koala's telling us here with this clip. Look, you got them all. The Gonzo.
Definitely,
right there
I
in the
don't.
middle.
Yeah, it better happen before that. I don't think
All
we're.
right, well, all right. Never mind. Just play. And here we go again with the sound. Every night. Hold on. I got to get it working. Oh my God, I can't. It won't work. It's not working.
Could be in any.
Hold on. Unreal. I don't know why it does this every night. And believe me, I test everything before we start. No, I do. Oh, it's working. Let's see if this works. There we go. I got it working. So let's see if it works.
Shape it.
Isn't that weird? You know what I did? Same thing I do every night. I open up any old YouTube channel and press play on their first video, and the sound comes back. What's up, Woo Riders DG? All right, I want to listen to what these kind folks are saying. And tonight, I want to focus on what they're saying. What did I just say? See? Did you understand? That's twice I said. One more time I say it. It's going to be true.
Decade to be doing very much.
All right. Here's Leslie Keane.
Definitely, I don't. Yeah, it better happen before that. I don't think we're going to be in any shape in a decade to be doing very much of anything. So I'm not hopeful for the future direction that we're moving in it.
And the future direction, climate-wise, AI-wise?
Climate-wise and geopolitical-wise. The whole thing, I think, is going to kind of come. I think things are going to be pretty difficult starting in a few years. And from what I've been told by sources.
You hear of something big coming down the pike. Have you heard of these claims? And if so, do you have any idea what it may be?
Yes, I've heard of them. Yes, I'm aware of them, and I'm not able to have that conversation.
Look at this.
Got it.
I can't it's not my conversation to have, but I am aware of it.
2027 was mentioned at one time. I've heard other dates.
I can't stop the
in
video.
30s. I don't know. I've got no idea. I have no leads that make me feel strongly that this is true. I think it's speculative.
I can't stop it.
I'm reading a lot of stuff that says,
It's still playing in my ear. I can't stop it. I don't understand what's happening. I have no control over it. I'm just going to have to play it.
Told by sources.
You hear of something big coming down the pike. Have you heard of these claims? And if so, do you have any idea what it may be?
Yes, I've heard of them. Yes, I'm aware of them, and I'm not able to have that conversation.
Got it.
It's not my conversation to have, but I am aware of it.
2027 was mentioned at one time. I've heard other dates in the 30s. I don't know. I've got no idea. I have no leads that make me feel strongly that this is true.
I don't know what
I think it's speculative.
I'm reading a lot of stuff that says, full contact in 2027. And there's all these people that used to work for NASA or
I can't pause it, so I don't know what to do.
Talking about how our history as a species is really simply a...
Some
I've never had this happen,
government,
ever.
The mere fact of acknowledging this, if there is some sort of malintent, may push up artificially a clock that exists somewhere for these things to say, okay, the foolish humans are now the cat's out of the bag. They know we're here. We need to go in now.
And so
I'm gonna try this and see what happens. All right, I can stop that. So all of these claims that these people made Now it's working. Are the people in mainstream ufology, right? All of them. Which made me happy when I saw Angelia in this at first, because, you know, she's here. So you got Christopher Bledsoe. I don't know this guy. I forget his name anyway. You got the Corbs. You got, what's his name again? I forget his name. Oh my God. Ramirez? Well, anyway, then you got Kane and you got Greer. What do all of these people have in common? Not a hard question to answer. What do you think? Think about it and I'll come back. Let's get to where we were. Ew. Oh, by the way, I am so sick of Greer right now. Greer, all these guys got to go. Every one of these. They all got to go.
2027 was mentioned at one time. I've heard other dates in the 30s. I don't.
And I'm going to say it. I was going to say it before. Every year, somebody's saying, hey, do you know the alignment? Hey, you know that when the pyramids align with Orion? Or, hey, the first 3 planets and the last 3 are going to align, but the middle 2, no, there's a war. That means a war is coming. And now the middle 2 in the year 2036 mean, well, when they align and the other 6 don't, what does it mean? It means it's the end of days. The end of the day? No, days. So every year we get a new person making an old claim with the old person trying to reinvent that claim. And nothing ever happens. Did anything happen on 2000 or 2001? Wait a minute. Well, we know what happened, right? Nothing happened. They said, hey, all the power is going to go out. Jesus is going to come back and walk the earth. Wrong-o. And then they said in 1997, believe it or not, there was supposed to be contact. And the movies came out. What was that one? The war movie. Independence Day came out. Wasn't it 97? Well, anyway. And then you had, right, 2012. The biggest of all, the Mayan calendar. Every 25,000 years, the planets align. We all die. It's so stupid. So, we have some bozo, because it was supposed, remember April 22 was supposed to be the death of all, right? No. Okay, so I think I know what the problem is. I just realized it. All of these people are DEI hires. We didn't hire the best of the best. We hired a white guy, a Mexican guy, a Cuban guy, a racist somewhere in there. There's got to be one of them in there, one of those white guys, right? And then you got, I don't know what Avi Loeb is. Crazy. You got them all. It's amazing the mix that we see. They are DEI hires. Ufology did it again. No, I'm really serious. And then you got your woman, Leslie, right? And your civilian, Christopher Blood. You got it all. Makes sense now, right? This isn't about aliens. This is about including all of us into a fantasy world that will never be. Ufology. You follow me? Stop. Or as Biden said, don't. Ooh. This is what's wrong. That side of ufology ruined everything. No. It's ruined. Ufology is done. I'm kidding. When I say ufology is done, I mean we do not have a chance to ever be credible until the day happens when somebody brings forth evidence. We know that's not going to happen. How do I know? Because it hasn't happened yet. Well, the time isn't right. Maybe not. And if it does happen, I'll eat my words. I don't care. I want it to happen. I just don't know how it hasn't. With 5 billion cameras, we don't have the evidence yet that actually says, there they are. We don't. You know it. So I know it. I've got hundreds of hours of bullshit. You think I think any of those are aliens? On my recordings? No way. No, they're just weird. I can't explain some of them. But there's intelligence there. And that's the problem, Johnny. That's why we're all here. Right? I was talking to somebody in the comment section. And I don't know how it got back. It's all about the personal experience at this point. So if there's a mass sighting like the Phoenix Lights that happens again, it'll be different this time. Because there's cameras now everywhere. Back in 97, didn't have it. I had a camera, but not what you need. Back then, it wasn't like you carried it everywhere with you. I wasn't into UFOs, nobody was. Anyway, things are different now, and if there's a mass sighting, if it was like a Phoenix Lights type of event, it would be cool. But guess what? It's not going to happen. No, not now. And the sad thing about it is, we're all still waiting and hoping and praying and having faith that someday you'll have your own personal experience, and then, you don't have to worry about. See, I don't care what anybody else says. I know Anjali doesn't care what anybody says. We don't care. Can't care. If you care what somebody says or thinks about you, you've given them control of you. You lost your own ability to be yourself. Once you give control to those people, if you react to them reacting off of you, you're just as bad. What about the girl who said the N-word? Right? She says, I don't care anymore. And that's what's happened in ufology. Just like the N-word has lost its meaning because it's been overused and used incorrectly. And the fragility, well, I don't want to get into that, but other than that, we're seeing it here in ufology is my point. The point is they bring it all back to ufology and ruin it for everybody. And I don't mean they're bringing it to ufology. It's those people that we have to deal with. And those people don't critical think. They're selfish, and they only think about in that moment, how could I make a splash and have people love me? Oh, I know. Remember Jesse Smollett? Make him believe he got attacked by MAGA people. All over sandwiches? I'm thinking of Chappelle. Sandwiches? 2 a.m., negative 16 degrees? That Jesse Smolley. See, this is what's brought into ufology. That way of thinking, they think they're so smart and they can pull one over on everybody. I know I'm going to keep talking all night. I'm just tired of it. I'm always tired of it. Anyway. All right, I didn't even finish this thing. All right, I'll shut off.
No, I've got no idea. I have no leads that make me feel strongly that this is true. I think it's speculative.
Reading a lot of stuff that says, full contact in 2027. And there's all these people that used to work for NASA or all these other organizations out there talking about how our history as a species is really simply a...
Some may feel in the government the mere fact of acknowledging this, if there is some sort of malintent, may push up artificially a clock that exists somewhere for these things to say, okay, the foolish humans are now, the cat's out of the bag, they know we're here, we need to go in now.
And so at a certain point, where do they have to do something to protect other places? Because there's a universal principle of self-defense. So far, we've just been cruising along, getting away with this foolish and childish behavior. But I can't give you a timeline on that.
Am I on? Yeah. We've been getting away with foolish behavior as a species, according to Greer. Because Greer believes, and I don't believe this theory that when we started dropping the bombs and testing, atom bombs, nuclear bomb tests, all that stuff, he says it interfered with the other dimensions because it's such a atom-splitting, powerful explosion. It would have to go into other dimensions. And that's when we saw the UFOs then and there. Guys, if it was really a threat to other dimensions, why would they allow us to keep doing it? It's so stupid. If it was that awful, why would they allow it? Is it? I don't. Greer.
That, but I think that I honestly, from what I've heard,
dimensions. We're not talking about people's buildings, their homes. We're talking about destroying a dimension. And we just can't prove it. So let it be. We're going to drop them no matter what. It was like a beacon. Like beacon upholstery. No, not that beacon. Once we set off that first nuclear device, it was a beacon in every dimension. It sent shockwaves through the dimensional porthole universe. I swear to God. Crazy! But it could be true. But if it was, why'd they let us do it 3 times?
From very senior intelligence sources inside the so-called...
Oh, yeah, he's got senior intelligent, 160 plus IQ guys whose names we'll never know. Now, 35 years, any of those names come out? No.
Called illegal operations is that it's thought that it would not be able to go on beyond 2026.
Story that set the whole UAP community on fire about this disclosure that I think Jeremy Corbell was coming out and whistleblowing on, if I remember correctly, that they were saying that they're gonna they're gonna trick us by
beyond 2026.
Story that set the whole UAP community on fire about this disclosure that I think Jeremy Corbell was coming out and whistleblowing on, if I remember correctly, that they were saying that they're gonna they're gonna trick us by saying that there's a mothership arriving and
that lie is going to be that there is a craft slowly making its way to us here. On Earth. And that is the lie They're going to want you to believe. That is the lie you will be told. You're going to be told that there is a craft on its way to Earth.
Not anymore. Because you know why? He spilled the beans. Why is he still walking? Jeremy, you can't tell people the truth. My goodness, your life is in danger.
That's the lie.
Where it's like, how do
you do this job and walk around telling the secrets of the government to the public, and you're still able to walk around and get close-ups of your eyeball and lips? How does that even happen, my peeps?
you know
He shouldn't be allowed to breathe. What is he doing? Dropping secrets like that. It's terrible. It's treason. Jeremy Corbell just spilled the beans. It's over. The secret's out. It's not. Oh. So why am I excited?
he's saying that he's exposing it, but how do you know if he's exposed? It's just like,
yes, there was an official effort by some people in the government to actually look at this data, and there were some products produced.
There was an official effort. Yeah. Listen.
It's just like,
yes, there was an official.
Look at how little his hands are. My God. You know what that means? Big butthole.
Effort by some people in the government to actually look at this data.
Oh, I'm sorry. It means he's an asshole. I didn't mean it.
And there were some products produced. That's a fact. I won't go into more detail on that. But it wasn't
What a
2027.
liar!
Okay. And
no, tell them what Bluebeam is.
the allegation was that there is an alien mothership that is about 2 years away from Earth. And it's going to make landfall on Earth in 2027. And that is the government's PSYOP plan.
Wait. Why aren't those astronomers telling us where to point my telescope? Anyone? Anybody? Anywhere?
And
I'm just concerned. That's all.
Yeah.
So I don't think 10 years in the future. I only think 3 or 4 years into the future.
Mm-hmm.
What?
It's too uncertain past that point.
I would say so.
Everything's uncertain after 2 years, you schmuck.
Say so.
On mission, I know that it
Not
actually
you, her.
occurred. They mentioned Holloman.
Speaking of,
They mentioned an agreement of some kind in that there is a 50 to
these
70 year
people.
periodicity when that sort of a meeting takes place again.
And you know what's funny about this? The people like Jason Sands, David Grush, Fravor, all of these people talk about the whistleblower, you know, how they're whistleblowing and telling us these secrets and all this shit, but none of them, not one of them, can come on an agreement together on anything at all other than the tic-tac shape. If you really want to know, none of these whistleblowers have the same story at all. They're all different. But what's the one thing? What's the one denominating factor that makes them all whistleblowers? Out of shape. I don't know. Old. Has-beens. Need a job. I don't know. But anyway, if you want to support Truthology for Ufology, all the links are in the show description. You guys know what to do. Appreciate it.
Again. So we're in that time zone right now.
And is this the alleged countdown clock that we've been hearing about?
Yes, that's the one Ramirez and I and everybody else has talked about. We still don't know who originated it. But yeah, we all kind of tend to have fallen onto that time frame.
A lot of what we take for granted now in life, I don't think is going to be, we're not going to have it. A lot of things we have now that makes our lives as wonderful as they are.
Like electricity?
I don't know.
Do you know why some of these people like her are thinking this way? Because Trump's in office and they think negative things. When he wasn't president, they were so positive, right? They thought they were going to get everything approved, and they did, I'm sure of it. We're going to find out through Doge how much money was wasted on nothing ufology, if any at all.
I don't know, just the access to all the things we have access to now that are dependent on the globalization, basically, which just aren't sustainable.
This is from King Milkfart, and they say, how do you feel about a supposed impending event that is coming? Do you feel anxious, happy, excited? How do you feel?
Well, first of all, great question. Almost a trick question. Very, very clever. Very, very well worded. There's been a lot of talk about something.
Frostradamus was gifted a membership by Intergalactic Wrangler. Well, wasn't that nice? Thank you for doing that, Intergalactic Wrangler, to Frostradamus. That's cool, man. I like the way your names, both of them are. They're not just regular names like Bob or Rich. You know, Intergalactic Wrangler and Frostradamus. At least 2 syllables. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy that, Frosty.
Something happening. I am aware through certain channels of that same discussion. It may not necessarily be the exact dates that people are thinking right now. And quite frankly, we're not really quite sure what to think of it. Right now, there's a lot of innuendos and rumors going around. There is some discussion behind closed doors about maybe something occurring.
Exact alignment will happen in 2026.
What did I tell you? Freaking alignment bullshit. They're just planets aligning, you schmuck.
Easter.
I'm sorry. I know some people believe in this bullshitter. I don't. I do not. And I believe he had that one original encounter. I do. I think he had that experience. But ever since then, he's been chasing that same experience.
What will happen? The star will, the alignment she told me about,
she didn't tell you
the star
shit,
Regulus
Jagoff.
would be on the horizon in front of the Sphinx at that moment.
And it's not Leon Spinks, it's Sphinx.
There'd be a new knowledge. Well, I had no idea if this was even.
Isn't it? Pronounce Sphinx, not Spinks.
Moment. There'd be a new knowledge. Well, I had no idea if this was even possible, you know. But these astronomers run it through the machines, and it comes out that star is going to come up on the horizon in Easter of 2026. And from that point forward, they started remote viewing. At that moment, there'd be a new knowledge. Well, I had no idea this would be on the horizon in front of the Sphinx. Horizon in front of the Sphinx. Regulus would be on the horizon in front of the Sphinx. Horizon in front of the Sphinx. At that moment, there'd be a new knowledge. Well, I had no idea if this was even possible, you know. But these astronomers run it through the machines, and it comes out that star is going to come up on the horizon in Easter of 2026. And from that point forward, they started remote viewing.
And I would say I've heard 2027 in a kind of an official capacity I can't reveal. So I think I would say that people in the government are aware.
See it?
Sphinx. Sphinx. Sphinx.
Get it? Yeah. Not Leon Spinks. See, this is what I mean, guys. Yeah, I'm going to pick on him for the one word he got wrong in that whole thing. Yeah, I am. Because to me, it shows lack of intelligence. And I don't trust people with that kind of intelligence that don't know, because I've seen him spell. He doesn't know 2, 2, and 2. He doesn't know there and there. And I gotta be straight up fucking honest like I've never been. If you don't know first grade English, you don't know what a interdimensional alien being who you call the white lady is doing or how she's here. And how could anyone believe someone with less than a first grade English knowledge, English capacity, or any... Oh my God, guys, come on. It's unreal. Everybody wants a story. Everybody wants to believe that that fucker's telling the truth. And there's not a single shred of good evidence. All the shit that he has posted is pretty blurry and bullshit and nothing that you could ever use for actual data. He is, oh my God. Oh. I just don't get it. I don't get how people got so stupid so quick. In 30 years, people have gone from, in America, from being, average to where you could have a conversation with just about anybody. Now you can't. You can't converse with anybody. It's very difficult. People don't know innuendos. People don't know humor. I don't know what the frig is going on in this world, but people definitely are more gullible, and we're supposed to be smarter. How did we get dumber? I don't get it. Is it because maybe it's a select few that I'm hearing, and I don't really see the whole bulk of how many people don't trust these people? No, because all I see is a lot of positivity and God. And God. Bringing in God to ufology is a mistake. Tell you why. They're both on the same plane of believability. People believe in God. Never seen him. I've seen his work. People believe in aliens. Never seen him. I've had dreams. I've been abducted. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's okay. You can say that. People aren't going to believe you, but you're on the same plane, right? Where people are going to have so much faith because they want to believe you. And some people just have a believability factor that some other people can relate to. I can't relate to a Christopher Bledsoe. He's too stupid. But for a less IQ person, and I know I'm going to hurt some feelings out there, but God damn it, you would have to be as dumb as him if you believe him. Honest to God. That's the bottom line. Somebody like him has no evidence. None. And he's on TV talking about so much shit. Do you know, I could spend a week talking about him and nobody would care. Just me. Nobody cares. That's the world we live in. You got a girl saying the N-word and aliens are being deemed legitimate now without evidence. Nice. I'm glad. I'm glad people can believe in aliens and say the N-word. Yeah, go ahead. Better use it in the right context, though. You don't want to just say it. I'm not going to say it. It's not something I use every day. I really don't even use it. Like during a conversation, I'll say, "Did you hear that girl? She said, he says the N-word." I really don't. But it's just not normal to say it. I don't want to say it. I don't want it to be that normal. To be honest with you, I'm okay with not saying it. I'm okay with it. I haven't said it my whole life in public. I'm not going to start now. All right, let me finish this video with the 2026, 2027 claims from people in the know. This is totally amazing to me. I just don't get it, but I do.
Happening, and that there's limited time, a few more years to prepare the people, and that's what's ramping up the success.
Okay. Here's the deal. How? We got to get the people prepared. How? How are you going to do it, Johnny? Never tells us. Nobody does. We've got to prepare the people. How? We just tell them. Telling them isn't working. Telling us anything doesn't work anymore. You need to show us. We need to see it. Nobody's going to believe anything anymore unless you show it. That's where we're at. We're there. We're there. We may be at that point where we may be forcing the hand of the government to show us what they got, or the people are going to get mad. Oh, wow. But they might actually stand outside City Hall holding up signs, release the truth. Aliens exist. That'll show them. It doesn't matter. You can stand outside and scream all day. They're going to keep the doors to the basement closed with the evidence behind bulletproof, fireproof, and bomb-proof glass. Underground, where I can't get it. Ever, ever, ever. Even if there was an end-of-days scenario and we were able to walk on to Area 51 and somehow the doors were left open because people were scrambling, we get in there, get all the way down to the bottom. Where are they? It's going to be like Independence Day. Right? They're going to kill us. They're going to kill us all. I want it too, guys.
Acceleration from the previous 7 decades of not even acknowledging it to now we are acknowledging it at a faster and faster pace.
The biggest takeaway for folks to understand is that
no, they're not. They're not acknowledging it. No, they're not. The Pentagon did not make an official announcement saying that. All we have are whistleblowers who are all, I don't know about you, but they weren't vetted by us, were they? Were they? No. See, this is the problem. It's like the police. Anytime somebody does something and you want to make a complaint against the police, who reviews that? The police. They review themselves? Yeah. Yeah, that's why nobody goes to jail when they murder people. Same thing in ufology. Don't worry, we'll send it up, to the higher ups and they'll get to the bottom of it. Oh yeah, who? The DOD? Yeah, dude. What are you, high? DOD. Devil on demand.
things are happening on it's not a disclosure, it's a scheduled dissemination. And so certain things have to be set up before other things can be revealed.
So far, there hasn't been a setup for anything. I haven't noticed there's been a setup. What? Where? There has never been a setup like he just said. God, I hate John Ramirez.
Can you elaborate on the 2027 date and just let people know what you were told about that, or what's upcoming here for people?
2026 date.
Yeah. Imagine if it was a black lady. I bet you he would use the N-word. This N-word lady told me. You know? He wouldn't be so cordial about it. He'd be blunt. She's a... You know, he'd come out and say it. Why? He's calling her the white lady. You don't think he would use the N-word if that was a black person? My N friend. You know? That's my Anner. Yeah, we're one and the same. Our blood's red.
It's amazing to see everybody just claiming this every day now. 2026, 2027 that year.
Yeah, it's only 365 days somewhere. Something will happen. Oh, yeah?
Something's going to happen. Well, I mean,
something's going to happen. Yeah, something always does.
I tell you, in 2013,
what?
I was given that date by the lady about a future time that a new knowledge would come and the world would shift into a time of peace afterward, but not without trouble. And that's what she told me, and along with a lot more. But I put it all in writing too.
That happens all the time, you stupid. That happened after 9/11. There was peace after a conflict. But in 2013, the white lady told me so. It's gonna get bad before it gets better. It always gets bad before it gets bad. What he just said is the same thing psychics do. I'm getting a JG connection. The most two popular letters for names in the alphabet. Somehow I'm getting that connection. Do you have a John in your family? 9 times out of 10, somebody's got a John in their family. Same thing here. The white lady. Fuck you and your white lady. And listen to the generalized statement he makes. Somewhere between 2026 and 2027, something's gonna happen. The white lady told me so. The moose out front should have told me. Yeah,
The 2027 date, and just let people know what you were told about that, or what's upcoming here for people.
2026 date. It's amazing to see everybody just claiming this every day now.
No, they're not.
2026, 2027 that year.
That's because when one grifter sets a date for 2026 or 27, other grifters latch on to that. Because what'll happen is they all know it's a lie, but they'll all stick to it together. They won't even know each other. But people are going to start using that date because Bledsoe started the chain of lies. And this is so hard to break. But what's going to happen if 100 other people go online and say, hey, I got a message too? It almost sounds like it's legit, right? That's what they do. This isn't new. This is how the lie lives. And they get long legs. This guy's been lying for a decade about everything after his original experience. I'm telling you. You don't have to believe me. All right.
Something's going to happen. Well, let me tell you, in 2013,
yeah,
I was given that.
Look at this. Look it up here. 2026, 2027. That year. Which year? Something's going to happen. Hey, I don't know about you, but I hope something happens. I don't want nothing to happen. I want something to happen. I want the sun to rise. Can we start with the sun rising on January 1st? Let's do that on the year 2026. We'll start small. The sun rises. That's a good start, John. Is that it? Wait, Chris? Who gives you shit? Your ass, your face. It's all the same to us.
Date by the lady.
What's her name? White lady. Her name's White? You don't have to make it so difficult. She's just a lady in white. She have a black face or is she just wearing white? She's white. Okay, calm down. I just want to know because you said the lady. Like, we're supposed to know. What lady? Your mother? Your sister? The dog? I don't know if your dog identifies as a human or you allow that shit. I'm sure you do. What color's the dog's hair? Violet? I knew it. Yeah. The lady told me. Ooh. Okay. You got me. You're right. I believe you now.
About a future time that a new knowledge would come, and
there's always a new knowledge coming. People learn shit every day. Stupid, stupid, stupid.
the world would shift into a time of peace afterward, but not without trouble.
Trouble. There's gonna be trouble. Watch out for trouble. What kind of trouble? Oh, I don't know. It's so amazing, though. What kind? Atomic? Nuclear? Asteroid? Tsunami? Earthquake? Volcano? Tell us what's happening. I don't, it's funny, but trouble is on the way. You motherless mother. No, my mother's the white. I can't stand this. He leaves it so wide open. It could just be anything at any time, at anywhere between, I don't know, January 1st, 2026, December 31st, 2027?
And that's what she told me, and along with a lot more. But I put it all in writing to a couple of generals at the Pentagon.
Anyways. Can you imagine? You're a general. You're working your ass off trying to figure out how the hell am I going to handle these people in Russia, China? What if they all attack us every day? They're scheming and thinking of ways. All of a sudden he gets this letter. Right? Gets a letter. And he opens it up and he goes, huh. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, General. Admiral, please. Guys, this was just handed to me. We got a pressing matter. Apparently, somewhere in I don't know, maybe Florida, who the hell knows, Christopher Bledsoe is warning from the white lady. Guys, I know this is dire, okay? Something bad's gonna happen. Let's prepare. I don't know, but we got a whole year. He sends his love and prayers. Christopher Bledsoe, I'm so glad he contacted us. Very important. Very important. We don't need to worry about Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran. Christopher Bledsoe showed me something I can never turn away from. My God, I want to go fight myself, but at this age, I can't. I'm going to call my wife and tell her, send in the kids. I know my kids are 12 and 11, but they're going to learn how to hold a rifle, I tell you. Huh? Oh, no draft. What I got? Hey, Vern Dude. Rich, you're hilarious. Never change. Oh, yeah. No. I thought you meant, no, I won't. I can't. I'm me. You're you. We're us. Hey, thank you very much for the $2. That's how you support GUFON. Thank you. Thanks, Vern Dude. But I'm serious about all this, too. A continuing supporter of GUFON, you are. Yes, I notice all these things. All right, let's finish this.
I think the word got out within the government that they're showing up in 2027, and we better be prepared, and if not, there's going to be a lot of explaining to do.
That the year 2027 has emerged in various social media venues. I was asked about my knowledge of that year. I, John Ramirez, acknowledged that 2027 seemed to loom large within the channeler and spiritual consciousness communities. I suggested that they research what Anjali and Chris Bledsoe have stated.
And Chris was telling me about the apocalyptic visions that he was having. And I already knew by that time that this was something that absolutely happened to people who were experiencers. But I also told him this. I said, you know, Chris, people have been having these apocalyptic visions for over 2,000 years, and we're still here. I said, so it could possibly be that, you know, this might happen. I mean, who...
Thanks, Vern, dude. I have an idea. Okay, so yeah, throughout history, people have had visions of apocalyptic events. I have an idea. Some people theorize that our DNA can hold our history of every life we have lived, if that's true. And maybe, just maybe, they're not dreams, but when we go to sleep, or other stuff, you go under medication, I don't know, you get high, or you do hallucinogens, you may be tapping into your own history. Something to think about. That is interesting. Now, if that's true, then there's got to be a way to tap in, right? And maybe that's what some people's abilities are. They can tap into their own DNA history. I don't know. It's like it's a loophole. Somebody came up with that theory. I don't remember who, I don't remember when, but they were talking about how much data can your DNA store? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what was it, a cell or something? Like they took a sample of your DNA, and how much can be held in this little, and apparently it's a lot. I don't know. It's like a 2,000 billion terabytes or something like that. It was something crazy. But that would mean every single thought, everything, every life that was lived, no matter if they lived to be 1 month old or 100 years old, all of that data is in my DNA and it's me. Is that why when we dream of things that can't be? Is it that we're tapping in to our own reality, our own past? Get this. Because there's no such thing as time, and I think it's linear, right? Isn't it? Or isn't it? Well, either way. And we all know it, and that's the new thing. Everything's happening all at the same time at once. What if we're seeing the future? Oh, it blows my mind. So, if Christopher Bledsoe is tapping into that, he's not doing a very good job of explaining anything to us with the data to back it up. He doesn't give us anything. Here's what I want to happen. Here's what I want to happen from Christopher Bledsoe and other people like him. Evidence would be great. But how about saying something and having it come true? How about that? Do that and then get back to us. Because so far, that hasn't happened. People are making claims like the new one, which isn't new at all. Oh, there's a big ship coming in. It's moving in slowly, but there's a big ship. It's going to be here by Saturn. Pretty big. It's going to take over the planet. We're all going to die soon. Soon. Maybe that's why they allowed Trump to win. Maybe that's why the last administration spent all that money around the world. Because in a few years, it won't mean anything. Maybe they're privy to what's going to happen. Why else would they get millions of dollars. This way they can make underground bunkers, which I think they already have. Nancy Pelosi, all those people. They may know something we don't know. But there's no way they can keep a secret. No way. Not that one. I tell you who didn't get the memo. AOC. She might be the dumbest person in Congress. She might be. There's a lot of dumb ones. But we're not getting anywhere. And unfortunately, these are the people we're stuck with. So what are you going to do? You're going to keep listening to them and believe them, or you're going to do what I do and just, keep them at arm's length and just take everything with a grain of salt and obviously wait for the I told you so. Because let me tell you one more thing. Out of all the claims that have ever been made, none of them, and I mean none of them, have ever come true. Put that in your sock and smoke it, pipe. Put that in your pipe sock and smoke. Wait, what? Smoke up, Johnny. So that's it, everybody, because there is no disclosure coming. It's sad. I'm sad about it. I want disclosure. It's just never going to happen. I want to show you this. Oh, we're not done. What, do you think we're done? No. Real Bigfoot. I got it. I almost forgot to show. This is amazing. What's this? Somebody sent me something. Oh, wow. David Wilcox. You didn't have. Thank you so much. Hey, send over $15. We round up here. So thank you, my friend. Let's see. Any message? On the PayPal. Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate the help. Perfect time, actually. Thanks, man. A continuing supporter of GUFON. David Wilcox, not Wilcox. Thanks, man. This video, you ain't never seen anything like this Bigfoot video in your life. No words. Let me just play it. Already, I'm interested. Oh, I didn't watch the whole thing, just the first 20 seconds. Go. To call bullshit. Immediately, I'm calling bullshit. What's this, Vern, dude? Check out the research on plasma. Did you send me something in an email about that? I thought I saw somebody sent me something. All right, I'll check it out in a minute, all right? Yeah, I'll leave the message up so I don't forget. So immediately, I say it's fake because this guy didn't even turn around and started running way before a Bigfoot was even Like, did his friend yell to him? Is there a reason why we can't hear? They turned the volume off and put music in because the joke's on us? Let's take a look. Watch. Watch him. He's looking here. Maybe he peeks here. Watch. What did he see in this direction? Here. Now he turned around. He's already running. But he was looking here. Like, he was looking this way. But I'm counting for eye visibility, where he probably looked, you know, really turned his head and saw this far. But he didn't see this. Look at the way this thing runs, too. It looks like a guy. It looks like somebody making fun of an ape. Watch. Right here. Coming up. You'll see. And why is the camera so... Look, watch. See that? It looks goofy. And I think the camera is purposely being shaken. I have never seen anybody go up and down so many times this way. It doesn't make sense, so I'm calling a hoax. And I'll have to be honest with you. If I was that close to a Bigfoot, I don't know, man, if I'd be around. Stay that close. Like he's wearing pants to me. Watch, isn't it? Like, watch here. They just look baggy right there when his heel is up. Doesn't look right. Yeah, so I have the plasma life thing. So I'm going to pull that up for us. Here it is. I believe this is what you were asking, because this is part of what I saw today. Burn dude. Pull this up in 3, 2, and a goo. Extraterrestrial life in the thermosphere, plasmas, UAP, pre-life, fourth state of matter. This is interesting.
Came out February 2024, and I think it is one of the most significant scientific releases and articles that has come out in decades. We're talking about extremophiles, plasmoids, plasma entities that develop and exhibit forms of consciousness that could be responsible for a lot of the UFO and UAP phenomena. This has so many different authors, so much scientific evidence to back it up, that I think this is going to be one of the most compelling articles, and a lot of videos are going to be coming out about this. It even goes into detail about a lot of the classic UAP sightings, the hot spots and locations where these things exist, and all of the data to back it up. So these plasmoids, or plasma phenomena, are forming in the magnetosphere of the Earth. So out in the atmosphere of the Earth, as the solar radiations come and blast the Earth, it creates these solar winds, and this plasmasphere and these radiation belts form. And out of this, these dust particles are able to rotate into geometric shapes, and then they basically pop out into the thermosphere. They grow in size, they replicate, and they even exhibit structures and behavior that is like they are conscious.
Okay. That's cool as hell. Now show me.
They are flying around. They're hunting each other. They're coming into Earth's atmosphere. They might be responsible for the Foo Fighter sightings going all the way back to World War II, and even the sightings out of the space shuttles and the International Space Station when they see these weird plasma objects and flying saucers that appear to be shape-shifting, metallic or glowing balls of light in the sky. They even seem to mimic other aircraft and form into triangular formations. spherical shapes, and they can be up to a kilometer in size. Basically, a small, tiny.
Come on. You got to show me.
It does not account for all of the UFO and UAP
That's
sightings.
not a UFO!
And that some of that seems to be complete sightings.
Oh my God, are you
all
kidding
of the UFO and UAP sightings, it does not account for all of the UFO.
This is bullshit. This is from the STS mission where the tether incident and all of the ice crystals, ice particles were out there just because when it broke, the ice that was on the tether itself also went, you know? It was everywhere, and people, there's UFOs. No, they weren't. And if people know how cameras work, you knew we weren't seeing a geometrical disc-shaped object 2 miles wide. Oh my God, I hate that. I hate that so much. Anyway, that is, yeah. Well, anyway, the theory on the plasma is interesting. But we need evidence. And I haven't seen it. Oh my God. Let me show you. They're claiming stuff. This is just unbelievable.
Different tubular shapes like a tic tac or a rod or cone, even triangular shapes or helix shapes. They can turn into a ball and float around, and they even exhibit like they have some kind of plasma form of DNA or.
Yeah, he's just not educated. He's not educated on that, on the whole thing. No. See, this is the problem. This is the freaking problem. When you don't need to be that smart about something. You know, I don't remember the guy's name, but he thought that those things were craft. I can't remember what was his name. He was friends with Dan Aykroyd. He was awful for ufology too. He's a director. You know, he had a GQ kind of look. I can't remember. But anyway, it's ice crystals. Anyway, it really was. Yeah, that's it for tonight. Hey, I appreciate the enthusiasm. I do. Bring it tomorrow or Friday, because tomorrow is Friday. And it's Rich Saves America tomorrow night. There's a new schedule starting next week. I was going to wait till June, but I'm going to implement it now. GUFON will be Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And Sunday for members at 7. Rich Saves America will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday for members at 9. That's the schedule. So there'll be 3 shows for the public, 1 for the members for GUFON. And then the other days are for Rich Saves. So I figure we'll split it up, play fair. If we need to do extra, we'll do extra. We can do whatever we want. We're GUFON. Hey, and I appreciate the new subscribers. We got a few new ones. I appreciate that. And a few members. Thank you for that. So, yeah, we'll see you guys on Saturday at 7. Oh, wait. Saturday. Maybe 6 o'clock because maybe 7. Well, it won't be earlier than 6. It won't be later than 7 because UFC 315 is on and that prelims start at 8. So I'll probably go at 7. I don't mind missing the first fight. All right. So that's it. Hey, I appreciate it. I do. And if you ain't, whoa, what happened? What was that? I didn't see it. Hey, Truthology for ufology. He does it for you. All right, we'll see you guys on the flip. Enjoy your rest of your, I almost said weekend. Yeah, because I won't see you until Saturday. So enjoy the rest of your week. Here in Florida, keep an eye out for some weather videos because it's going to get crazy here in the next 5 days. Starting tonight, maybe tomorrow. Yeah, nice round of storms have been nipping tucking through out here. It's going to be exciting. All right. Hey, if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out for ufology. Alien bless. Have a nice night. Take it easy. Be safe out there. That's it. It's over.